drift away.
So I take care of lots of bugs. What I plan to do is getting into ants. I've already watched tons of videos and also read a couple books on ant keeping. And one thing I noticed with all the channels is that they all have a how to make a test tube setup, even though the original test tube setup video that was created was probably good enough. But I feel for every ant channel there has to be this video. So what I'm going to show you today is the test tube setup. Basically, the easiest way to get test tubes is just going to go on eBay or Amazon. Easiest place to go. You can also use water picks from floral shops that are usually local in every town, because there's always, that one guy who needs flowers because he forgot his girlfriend's or wife's anniversary. But either way, so the best way to do this test tube setup is fairly easy. You need the test tube, cotton ball, water, and cotton swab. What you're going to do now, today you'll see me using a funnel. Really not necessary, especially if you have a bottle, but the hole of the bottle or the opening of the bottle is small enough to go with it. But because I'm using a cup, that's why I'm using a funnel. So I do suggest using a bottle, whether you have to reuse one or not. You take this, you're going to want to fill it almost all the way up. Now it may seem like a lot, but there's a reason for that. So you set it aside. Now if you have just straight cotton, you can cut pieces up to make them the right size. In this case, I'm using one cotton swab and cutting. One's going to be the cap, one's going to be for the water. So you take the one for the water, which is going to be the bigger half unless you made them completely even. You're going to roll it up pretty good. You're going to shove it in. Using the Q-tip, you're going to push it in. Try not to get any air bubbles, so you got to be a little bit quick. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pat it down until the cotton on the top is moist. Not pushing it into the water. And you're going to do this. Now you have that little opening right there. Now what you're going to do is once you put the queen in, you're going to put this in there and make sure she only has a little bit of space. She doesn't need that much space. That's definitely enough space for her to be comfortable. Depending on the species, if you have a Camponotus, you might make it a little bit bigger, but for regular Tetramorium species and Synopsis species, this is probably going to be all you need. And then there you go. Then you put it in a dark spot. Now with this much water, you're going to want to put it at an angle. So if you have a test tube holder, you're going to want to angle it with something just so it's like that. You don't want it like that or straight. You're going to want it tilted, and that's going to be for the ant's benefit. Not too tilted though, because if it's too tilted, she won't be able to get to the water. Only just slightly tilted. And there you go. That's the test tube setup. Thank you for watching this video.